Hello everyone. Today in the Bufete Land Law Firm newsletter, we're talking about a difficult relationship. Mexico City has two airports. The old one, the Benito Juarez International Airport, dates back to 1952. Until last year was the busiest in passenger traffic of Latin America, even more than the São Paulo Airport in Brazil. But the city has a newer airport. About 3 years ago, the administration of Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador suspended the construction of a major airport, very near Mexico City, in Texcoco, when its construction already had a progress of about 30%. Indeed, a controversial decision since payment of such partial construction continues. Instead, the government decided to construct a new smaller airport for the Mexico City metropolitan area about 50 kilometers away from the city's downtown. Such new airport, the Felipe Ángeles International Airport, AIFA, has been in operation for about 3 years. Therefore, Mexico City now has two major international airports in operation, the old one, the Benito Juarez, and the newer, the AIFA. The federal government has induced a transfer of operations from the former to the latter airfield by reducing per-hour operations to 44 and inducing cargo aviation companies to move to the AIFA. Therefore, the Benito Juarez passenger traffic has been importantly reduced. The decrease is of the order of 11.1% in commercial operations and 46.4% in cargo traffic. In 2024, according to Mexico's Federal Civil Aviation Agency, the Benito Juarez moved 302,542 commercial flights, and cargo companies 240,000 tons. As the aviation authorities continue strengthening the newer airport, the AIFA, over the Benito Juarez, traffic at the latter airport will continue to decrease. Once these precedents have been outlined, it should be mentioned that the relationship of Mexican aviation with the United States has been difficult and in detriment of Mexico. On 2 occasions, the FAA has downgraded Mexico to Category 2, indeed a unilateral measure that favored American aviation. Now, the U.S. transportation authorities resolved that Mexico was not fulfilling the Mexico-U.S. Agreement on Air Transportation in force due to Mexican authorities' decision to reduce per-hour operations at the Benito Juarez and for forcing cargo companies to move to the newer airport, the AIFA. But the U.S. assumptions are not accurate. Nowhere said bilateral aviation agreement prohibits Mexico to adopt public policies that foster aviation. And said measures don't discriminate against U.S. carriers. They also apply, equally, to Mexican aviation companies. So the measures just announced against Mexico are unfair. In short, in the last years it has been difficult for Mexico to cope with U.S. decisions on aviation. Hopefully, in the future, the two nations collaborate rather than confront each other for the benefit of their people.